my God. It said that Jason Allen is waiting to be admitted to the room.
Yeah, yeah, you weren't admitting me.
And I allowed it. Like that felt like so much power to like
Oh,
let
I see.
to let you in.
It's the only power you have. So
There's
I'll
so
let
much
you
power
have
that
it.
I have.
It's the only power.
Much power.
How's the new place? Old place?
So the old place, as you can see, it's messy. It looks very Guantanamo-ish.
Well, that's
Uh,
right at home for you, right? So
I feel right in place. Yeah, being
yeah,
tortured,
yeah.
right? Yeah, but it's definitely it's definitely not gonna last. I don't know if you can see the mess behind me. I'm sure everybody can. And the ISIS flag here, you know,
Yeah, yeah, all hail.
all hail.
Praise be.
Who would you hail though?
ISIS, you? You're like the leader, right? Yeah, look at it. The beard is coming in pretty thick now. You're really letting it go.
Yeah, and,
Damn.
I've received some compliments on it in the party yesterday. So I
You
don't
went to
know.
a party yesterday? Oh, that's right. Your sister's
You have the
engagement party.
memory of a goldfish. Like
Hmm?
we talked about it like at least 5 times last week. I don't know.
Yesterday, yeah. I think even yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, you're incorrigible.
You know what? I have a lot of stuff going on in my life,
I
but so
never,
I can't
I,
remember
ne-
all of your life.
I never.
I have to take care of my own life, and I have to take care of Doug. Okay? You think that's easy? I gotta move him tonight.
Yeah, tonight, right?
We rented a van for him from U-Haul. We're moving his bed for him tonight.
That's what happens when you buy a queen size bed.
Well, that and like he doesn't have a license, right? So he can't rent one. He can't even, yeah.
So it seems like that queen size bed is a royal pain in the ass.
Ah, all right. So this is our last episode of Insurgents then. AJ is clearly quit comedy, as you can tell by that joke. Uh, ooh.
Yeah, I felt like it was worth it to go through that pain.
Is that
um,
joke?
yeah, I felt like
Oh, no,
sometimes
it wasn't
no,
worth it for
not
me.
worth it.
No,
No.
no, no.
So you're help moving him tonight. Yeah,
Tonight,
I
yeah.
actually might be over there tonight to pick up some stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Doug, uh, Doug had to help his 1 day roommate move some stuff in the other day too. What's her name?
I don't know. Should we say?
I don't give a fuck. I don't care what she thinks. You know what I mean? It's up to you if you feel like you need to.
Let's skip the name. Let's skip the name. But I totally
Well, tell
understand
the
you.
story anyways. Maybe tell the story. Explain
No, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
what the name. So there's this girl who's the daughter of AJ and Doug's former landlord, who pretty much gets the apartment for free now, which is why the guys had to move in the first place. And I guess she came over the other day, and Doug was like high in his room, and he could hear somebody calling his name from downstairs, but he's never met this person before. And then ignored it because he's like, I must be tripping out, or it must be another Doug. And then he heard it again. He came out. He's like, "Oh fuck," and he had to let her in and all this stuff. And then she came over, and he felt bad because he just kind of like let her in and didn't offer to help. So the next day, she was by with some guy, I guess, and he goes, "Well, if you have anything big you need moved, I'll help you out." And she's like, "Yeah, actually, like a few things." And then Doug was like, "This guy was completely useless. Like we'd taken up a flight of stairs, and the guy needed to rest for like 15 minutes. It was absolutely brutal." Like Doug's like, "I did everything." And I'm like, "Yeah, well that makes sense. Like you're actually like in shape now, and this guy's just some guy."
Well, that guy is not just some guy. It seems like he's just like a fucking fairy dust boy.
Yeah. No, I think he's like especially weak because even at my weakest,
He
I
can
didn't
still move.
I could handle a move.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You could handle like just moving. Like,
exactly.
you weren't dying when you moved your stuff. But this guy was apparently, and Doug just like had to do everything. And it's just some guy that this girl is like friend zoning anyways.
Of course, of course. That's usually how. It's usually how a lot of these women work.
It's never the guy. It's never the guy who's fucking them that's helping with the move. It's never,
No, no,
never.
no.
If you
Every
see a guy helping a girl move, you're like they're not sleeping together.
no, no, no. I've definitely every person that I've slept with, I've never helped move.
No, like I'm helping Doug move. He never puts out. It's brutal. It's killing me.
No matter how many times you try,
I
you try to
can't
lift you try to lift heavy things in front of him to like
fucking
impress
press
him.
them. I tighten the biceps around him. He doesn't care.
Start taking off shirt and like
I'm like, oh, fuck, it's hot in here, eh, Doug? He'd get mad.
it doesn't nudge that fucking that uptight. He's so uptight.
Real prude.
He is a prude. He's a prude. I agree with you.
His
So,
birthday
let me ask you this real quick about that story. Was there ever a Joe Botello present?
No, it's funny because Doug was like, this guy was like fucking hairy and gross. He was like, this guy was hairier than Joe Botello. And I was like, that's disgusting.
And he's weak still. Wow.
Because Joe would have been fine. Doug and Joe could have it would have been done like
Easy, easy.
and, no
Because Joe Botello told me that he was asked to help out with the move, and he said yes.
He said yes. Maybe she didn't end up reaching out, or she found this other guy. I don't know.
No, she reached out to him, asked him if he can help her move, and he said yes. So it seems like he might have bailed, or she just never bothered to confirm with him.
Yeah. Either he bailed or she didn't end up reaching out. But no, Doug would have told me if Joe was there, and it would have been way easier on Doug. Doug told me it was just him and this fucking slouch.
Oh yeah, well, it was him and the weak hobbit.
Yeah. This just weak troll guy who just stunk it up.
So the first time he met her was on a Sunday.
Yeah, Doug. Yeah, he met her over the weekend. Yeah.
Was Sunday. He let her in. He didn't help her. And then Monday he met her again, and then he decided to help her.
He felt bad about because he was just like he didn't expect it, and he was fucking high in his room, probably just gaming or whatever.
Probably doing Doug things.
Doing whatever Doug does,
Yeah, I agree. I know what you're talking about.
And then so it was like a shock, and he's like, yeah, whatever, come in, and didn't help out. So then, yeah, the next day he's like, yeah, I felt kind of shitty about it. He's like, I gave her a hand with a few things, which is nice,
And is that person badly handicapped?
I was asking Doug questions about this guy because remember we did. Fuck, we gotta talk so not as good. Remember we did that one girl's birthday party, and then this girl was there, and there was that other guy who was like really fat, and
The karaoke guy.
disgusting, and he had all that dry skin. It was like flakes.
The
There were
fingerless
literally-
gloved dandruff guy.
Did he have a glove on too? He might have.
The fingerless gloves. He
He
had
did have fingerless gloves. Even worse.
pretty much all
was
the
like-
symptoms of somebody that really doesn't want to get laid. Like he just
Remember,
really.
he was fat in the face, but had so much dry skin on his face that it was falling onto his shirt.
And dandruff here.
Yeah, a lot of dandruff. And also just a weird voice. So I kept asking Doug, I was like, did he have a weird voice? Was he like this? Was he like that? And Doug's like, I'm so bad with faces. He's like, you could line 5 guys up that kind of look like the guy, and I couldn't pick them out. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know that.
That's because Doug is self-absorbed. He can witness anything around him.
He's too high all the time.
Too high all the time. Too stupid.
He's just stupid and high.
He's stupid and high, and he cannot tell what's going around in the world. That's
No, I don't know why. Like Doug,
I would be
Never
so scared if Doug was the only person witnessing my murder. Like I would not be okay. I know
No,
that
no, Doug couldn't.
justice will never be
If
served.
he didn't intervene in that moment, there's no way he's like, here's the description of the guy.
No, justice will never be served if Doug's
No,
the only
no, you're
witness.
done. No, your family never gets to bury you.
Well, yeah. He'll just end up picking a vegetable. He's like, oh, I think that was the one that killed him. Like,
I with this
that's,
guy, they're like,
that's not even a person. A
that's a
cucumber.
bush. That's a shrub. What are you doing? He's like, well, that's what I saw.
That's an empty can of Coke. What are you doing?
He's like, wow, it was there during the murder.
I don't know. He
You
might have
can
done it. I don't know. He seems to like to drink a lot of those.
dang.
He's god awful. He's horrendous. But yeah, so did she move? Did this person move everything they need to move now, according
I
to the
think
reports?
either way, like Doug's moving out tonight, so Doug's not helping her anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like good riddance.
You know, I was asked by the landlord if I could keep cutting the grass until mid-September.
No, because of this girl's foot. This girl injured her foot.
Well, okay, well there you go. Now, I might as well just say the name at this point.
Well, we already know. She already knows. It's not like if she listened to the podcast, she's gonna be like, "Is it another girl who moved into the apartment?"
I mean, like there's a difference between if she's the only one that knows, as opposed to everybody that's like, who cares? At the end of the day, who really cares? But I don't know.
Who cares about this person? I don't like this person at all.
I know you definitely don't like this person.
But
I know.
let me tell you something else. Doug doesn't either. From what Doug told me today, she's on the outs with both of us. So
She's really yeah. That's why it's good for me to
you make Doug help you with something, he'll never like you again.
say it
Even
again.
if you make Doug help you with something, even if he offers to help, if he doesn't like the way you acted during the help,
Oh, if because the fact that you already asked him is you starting off on his bad side, but now
it wasn't even that because like she didn't ask him. I think he offered the second day. I think what it was is that he was moving stuff with this useless guy, and then she was kind of like up at the top, not helping at all, kind of making demands and kind of being a little bit,
um
you know, too authoritative. And Doug
one of
was like,
those
oh,
kinds.
fuck, fuck this lady, kind of thing,
I
which I
definitely
totally get. It's super annoying when you're the guy doing the heavy lifting and they're like, watch it, and you're like, I got it, okay? Because this would
yeah.
literally tear your arms out of your sockets.
I
So don't
think
say anything to me right now.
I think
hate
I think somebody thinks they're still hot to make those demands
That's the other
and
thing.
act like they're in that position still. And some people need to be reminded of how they look like now, and that they are not in that.
This is another thing that Doug and I were talking about. And Doug was like, when I first met her, I was like, there's no way. Because he goes, AJ wouldn't sleep with somebody like that. Which is a huge credit to you, or maybe not. I don't know.
It is.
Yeah, you can take that as a compliment.
I
He's
take
like,
that as a compliment.
he's like, AJ wouldn't do that. I'm like, no, AJ did it before it got bad.
Yeah, no, way before it got bad.
So
And but yeah, no, it was you know, with somebody like I said, like just needs to be having a mirror lifted up in front of them,
oh yeah.
kind of
No,
reminded of the
sure,
state that they're in.
I'm gonna have one handy. And if she says anything to me, I'm gonna look at you. You don't get to talk to me. Look at you.
You open the selfie camera, it's like, look, see this?
I just take a picture of her. I go, yeah, check this out.
Do you recognize this person? You recognize this person?
Because I don't.
That's exactly.
Because I don't.
Hey, don't see my line. Come on. It's so weird how I think it's one of those like kind of weird like you know, I guess cartoon things when somebody starts off nice asking you for help or whatever, or appearing weak, and then as soon as you accept, then they immediately turn into this.
Now you're in, and then they turn. Yeah.
They lure you in, and then they like they really like, go at it.
Because nobody goes, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, but Corey, nobody has the balls to do that.
Nobody has the balls to do that.
Nobody, including myself, and it knows to do that, to be like, you know what? I know I agreed, but no, I changed my mind
I
because
changed my mind.
you're
Do you
rude.
ever hear that Dimitri Martin joke when it's like if you're out with a friend and they offer to buy you a coffee or something like that, and you're like, no, 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 it's okay, or no. If somebody offers to buy you a coffee and you go, "Are you sure?" He goes, "Has anybody ever backed down at that point?" Like, actually, I'm glad you brought it up. I'm not sure. I don't think I can pay for this. Maybe
Yeah,
you can get
I
it.
can't shell out the $2.30 to pay for this coffee.
You know what I mean? Like when somebody offers you something and you're like, "Are you sure?" Nobody ever backs down at that. It's too late.
No, no,
You do
because
the "Are you sure?" to be polite, but you know they're sure.
no, there's a lot of
You know
things
they're
that
not
are
backing
a
off.
lot. There's a lot of things that if it wasn't for politeness, mayhem and chaos would just be rampant because
Oh yeah, yeah,
people will be taking back offers that they've proposed a few seconds ago, and
yeah.
it just
Well, there are some people that like they have no manners, and it almost boggles your mind because you're like, you're allowed to do that?
mm.
It's so crazy. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah. Well, for example, there was a time where when I was in a, you might hate me for this, but I was at a juicery, and
I do this. Okay.
and I was in line. It was a fucking long line. It was a hot day, and it's my turn to go, and then this guy was lingering at the side, off, not in the line, on the side. He just comes in, and I looked
Oh,
at him, and I was looking at him, I'm like, I didn't even say excuse me. I said, "Are you in the line?" Then he goes, he's like so like awkward and like just wants to he wants to go, so he just like
yeah.
kind of barely looks at me, but then like he kind of like looked at where between me and where the wall is, so like I'm like so somewhere in the middle, to,
Right.
in my general direction, but not really at me. And he goes, I just need to return this, and he's holding this cup with that juice in it.
What?
I just need to return this. That's all he says. He goes, I just need to return this. um and then I literally like he's standing here, I literally get right here, like right
Yeah,
here,
good. Yeah, right behind
on
him.
purpose, like
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah. Like
annoying,
breathe on his neck,
like
kind of close.
really annoying him, and I'm looking and I'm listening over his conversation, and again he just keeps like, as he's talking to the
Kind of
cashier,
glancing.
yeah, as he's talking
Yeah.
to the cashier, he's like kind of like, excuse me, can I help you with something? And I almost wanted him to say that because I was like, yeah, you can get out of my way because I'm supposed to be here. But
Right.
I just keep like looking at him, and then it turns out that his girlfriend, who would have thought, who can really make a man break all society's rules other than a wrath of an unsatisfied female companion.
Right.
So because if it was just his order, he would have waited in line, like whatever. But you could probably tell that his girlfriend was giving him such a miserable time because her order was not the way she wanted it to be.
Oh, I see.
That he was like, I need to fucking,
I just gotta deal with this quick so I
to,
don't have to deal with her mood.
excuse me, sir, I have to cut in front of you.
Yeah, I have to.
If he would have told me this, I would have been like,
You're as a guy, you would have been like, yeah, yeah, deal with
go
it. Go,
ahead, man.
go. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but don't like not acknowledge me and go ahead. Like that's
No, you gotta say something, man.
don't that
Gotta
drives
say
me insane.
something.
Like he would not have said something unless I confronted him. And even then he didn't say much. He was like, I just gotta return this. And then so it turns out like the order, they didn't think it was gonna come out this way. They didn't think it was gonna have I don't know, like, there was like some fruit or whatever. They didn't think it was gonna have fruits in the smoothie thing. So they didn't like,
Problem.
so she didn't like it. So I think she only had like maybe 2 or 3 spoons out of it, and then that was it. So they returned it and they gave him his money back. And the whole time I'm just like this, like
You're fuming. Yeah, you're furious.
I'm just looking at him. I'm looking at him like a
Yeah,
psychopath. I'm just looking at him. Wanted
good.
I'm like, please say something. Please say something.
He's
Please.
not gonna say anything. He knows he's in the wrong.
But that's what I
I
mean.
love
Like,
doing
just like
that.
I'm like I just like. But even though I did all those things, I really hate. I wish I was a little bit more braver and just kind of literally like just stopped him and then was like, I don't care what your reason is.
I don't care what your problem is.
I
You
don't
know how
care.
to next. You
Yeah.
have to follow. There's an order to things.
But even then, you're like, I don't know, man. Should I like fight every single
Yeah,
time?
that's the thing. You can't fight every single person. We're at an age where neither of us should be fighting in public with anybody unless it's some kind of self defense, anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're absolutely like no, you can't. You'd like to. You dream
Yes.
about it. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Fantasize about it even.
But you gotta kind of like be like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
You gotta
He's gonna
rein
piss
yeah,
off,
you
and
have
you
to.
kind of hope you're like, he'll piss off the wrong person one day who will punch him in public.
Mm,
I don't have to be that guy. You hope for that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But that's all you can do.
Did I tell you the other day I overheard a conversation between my disgusting neighbors?
At your old place,
Yeah,
then.
my ex neighbors. I mean, it's a very short conversation, but it really made me almost throw up.
Sure.
His wife, the loud one, she goes, the only time you're interested in me is when you want to have sex. And I almost like threw up. I almost threw up. I'm like,
Well, what does that say about your personality, though? Also, lady, you're trash.
it
That's
almost
what it says. Oh,
it
he
almost
only wants me for sex. Yeah, because the rest of you fucking sucks, man.
not only that,
And
she
even
said
your sex would probably suck.
that's funny. She said it, and then she goes, only time you're interested if you want some ass. And I'm like,
Ew, she said some ass? How old is she?
I think she's probably like, I think she's in her 30s. Like,
You're the biggest pile of garbage if you say some ass. I'm looking for some ass. So gross.
it's really awful. It's really awful.
So
I
gross.
just don't. I don't know. This
There's some of those terms where it's like it's so nasty. It's so like nasty to hear. Like when people say bumping nasties or bumping uglies. No, it's
bumping uglies. Exactly.
bumping uglies.
There you go.
Ew. You're so gross. Bumping uglies. Tommy Marshall got a bit about like small town girls, and it's something about like, hey, how about we smash pissers? I'm like, smash pissers is such a funny fucking
Smash pissers and then take it up the shitter.
yeah, or up the poop shoot or whatever.
Taking it up the
Poop
shitter.
shoot.
Like
That's
it's god awful. Like bumping uglies makes me feel like the two genitalias are shaped like the kid from The Mask. You know that the Cher movie.
oh yeah. Yeah. It's like it's just two like elephant man just like mashing into each other or
A
something.
big four-headed kid.
It's like, yeah, that kid. It
That kid
wasn't
is
the
horrendous.
it was like another.
Oh, mister, I'm glad you're nice to me. Yeah, because I'm fucking your hot mom. That's why.
Yeah, we're all gonna be nice to you. You know, we don't want to fuck your hot mom.
See these motor gang guys? They all fucked your mom.
Yeah, we all want to nail your mom. So we're gonna be.
Yeah, and that was like Cher when she was like still hot though.
Oh yeah, the shit was hot for a while.
No, there's no denying it.
Say whatever you want about that plastic lady now. But let me tell you, there was a while there where she wasn't a bottle of Pepsi, and she was like really hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Say what you want about the shell of a person that she is now, but
Yeah.
at one point, Cher was the talk of everybody of the entire town, you know.
Say what you'd like about the cellophane gargoyle, now known as Cher. Back in her day.
Say what you like about the person that has the permanent look of shock on their face that they're still alive. She was hot at one point.
Say whatever you want about lizard person Cher.
Say what you want about left too long in the sun, Cher, but she's
Yeah, yeah. Say what you want about California raisin Cher.
she's she is horrendous right now.
That's a
She's
disgrace.
god awful. I would never bump uglies with her.
Her whole thing is ugly.
Yeah, bumping
Bump
uglies with
ugly.
her.
Just like, what do I bump? The whole thing's ugly.
I was gonna say bumping uglies with her would just be taking her and just
Just bumping her against something.
the belly button, the
Am I
back.
right? We're doing like Rodney Dangerfield. The bump uglies with my wife. I push her up against the wall.
No, 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 no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no, no. Fixing
Terrible.
your red tie forever, the entire set. Get it, Rodney. It's there. It's always been there.
Rodney, me wearing a tie.
You're too skittish, Rod. It's,
Oh,
it's horrendous. I mean, so as you know, today's August 3rd, and August 2nd, the Monday. Well, it's just because I don't know when these episodes are released. Our producer never tells me. So
right.
I don't know, so I have to go by dates. So August 2nd, Monday, is when my sister's engagement party happened, and it was very awkward.
Yeah?
For me, it was very awkward.
You don't know anybody there but your sister,
Well,
right?
no, no, no. I do know quite a few people. It's just that the whole ceremony is awkward. It's very
Okay.
like people are looking at you, like
Looking
not
at you.
no, well, no, not me.
It's not
But
your day, AJ.
say again.
It's not your day.
Well, some would disagree with you. I have
AJ's so arrogant he's gonna wear a wedding dress to his sister's wedding.
said again.
You're gonna wear a wedding dress to your sister's wedding. Steal
It's
the
like,
thunder.
okay, number one, why? And number two, is everything okay? And number
Yeah.
three, we need to talk. Like it's just my parents would be so confused. No, it was just awkward, just like how like every like overly sentimental everybody had to be, you
Yeah.
know?
It's a lot of that at these
And it
things.
just you know me. So to me, I
Yeah.
don't know how you did it because you're similar to me. How did you fucking do in your wedding?
Here's the thing. My wedding was pretty like there wasn't a lot of that. It wasn't super
Were
cringy.
you just shaking hands with Katie the whole time? Like
Well, like no, like obviously like we got like a little emotional or like you know what I mean or some stuff like that. But like it wasn't super like I don't know. Like wedding speeches were short. It was like a few people. Katie's dad gave one, which was like hilarious. Like it was super light.
okay.
Katie's dad gave like a super funny one. Manolis gave like a fucking hilarious one. Um, it was like it was super casual. Like people were like, you know, open bar. It was like mostly comics. It was mostly like a big party. Katie and I went to a wedding the next day.
The next day?
Yeah, her friend's wedding was like the next day, and like some childhood friend, and we had to go to it. And like my mom's speech was like short and sweet, and she's not really like into public speaking, so like she wasn't even close to the microphone. A lot of people couldn't hear her.
Good.
Nobody cared.
Good.
Everybody like,
Good.
whatever. It was like in and out. This lady's mom is like seriously had like chapters and listed them like chapter one, the meeting, and talked about like her son and daughter-in-law and this and that. Then the other thing was like this guy that her friend was marrying was clearly like a rich kid or something because he was part of like this rowers club as a kid, I guess. He was like a rower, you know?
I hate this wedding so much.
It's so brutal. His fucking grandma goes up and gives this speech.
I love how like you're talking like this, like you want to grab the entire.
I want to strangle people. I don't even think we got to the actual party. Like we ate, and it had gone on so long with the speeches that we're like, we're tired. We did our thing yesterday. We're not even gonna stay for the party part of the wedding because this took so long. Anyways, This fucking guy's grandma goes up and he's like, he used to come down to the Rowers Club and he was so good. And he came back recently and he hadn't missed a stroke. He's so good. And we're like, what are you talking
Grandma's
about?
fucking flicking her beans to all the young hot studs.
Dude, like talking about like him being a great rower. He hadn't missed a stroke. And Katie and I are like, these guys have fuck you money and we fucking hate them.
I love how like
Hate
the old
them because, like,
grandma's just
we're like,
watching the young kids
what is
row.
this?
Oh my god.
He hadn't missed a
Yeah,
stroke.
it was a
And I
stroke
like
kid.
look at each other like, what
And
is happening?
and his skin is still as bronze as ever, and
Uh,
his protruding triceps. My grandma's like,
yeah, it was. It was like that.
all right, relax,
And like,
grandma. Jesus. Yeah,
yeah,
I remember I went to only like one wedding. It was an Italian wedding, and to honest to God, it was. I mean, it's my only wedding, but I find it very hard that any other wedding would beat that because, like you said, the reception was very short. Uh,
oh yeah,
like the speeches so
right,
they didn't
right.
they did we didn't go to the church thing. We just went to the reception right away. So
Beautiful. Yeah,
the speech and family and old people part of the evening was done very quickly. The eating and the
yeah,
speeches,
yeah.
and even though speeches they were nice, obviously the Italians like, oh, you know, blah, blah, you know, and then like, it's like, oh, that's
Classic Italian.
classic Italians. It's
Yep, yep,
silly and
yep.
funny and
You
over
know,
the
yeah,
top, you
yeah,
know.
of course.
It's like, hey, you know, if you make a daughter cry, you know, we have to have a conversation. I'm a Polly. I don't know. I don't know.
Dude,
They
yeah,
probably didn't say that at all. They probably spoke,
it's
I'm
like
very happy, but
this Tony Soprano's wedding you went to. Like,
yeah,
what?
but it's boring to tell the
Yo,
truth. They probably spoke normally and politely, but that's not funny. Um, so that was quick, and then they fed all the old people and everything, and then they
get him
shoveled them
out of it.
out, and then it
Yeah,
was everybody that was like 40 and under that was there that were
that's
like
how you do
getting
it, man. That's
just
how
like
you do it.
orgy
Yeah,
broke out, and they were just
fuck yeah.
like,
That's how you do it, though. You please the old people early on. You
yeah.
get them out, and then it's fucking game on. Have a
Yeah,
good
because
time.
the old people actually do want to get out of there early because they get tired, right?
They're tired anyways. So just give
Yeah,
them what they want. Give them the food,
and
cute
the
speech. See you later.
yeah. No, I think like by I think like probably by I don't know 7:38 they all like left,
Gorgeous.
and then
That
everybody was just like just getting drunk and like dancing
was
and
like my thing too, because Katie and I got married, and there was only like a few people. It was like family and like groomsmen and bridesmaids at that. That was like real quick. We get to the reception. My grandparents like already wanted to leave. They're
yeah.
like tired, so I'm like, yeah, yeah, see ya, blah blah blah, whatever. Have a good night. We go. Um, we do like our first dance. We do the yeah, daughter,
Father,
father
father.
dance, and then the son and mom dance.
Hmm.
Boom, boom, boom. We do our
That must
dance.
have been uncomfortable.
Brutal, brutal. Um, do that. Quick speeches. Boom, party. Let's have
Yeah.
fun. That's it. It was pretty breezy.
I think that
Funny.
even the groom and the wife enjoy that section of the night a lot more because even Katie gets to be like less of a bride and just kind of really
You're kind
just
of moving around.
she gets to enjoy herself a lot more and just kind of be more comfortable, and you're the same one too.
Especially for her, because like when we're doing the speeches and stuff or the dance, everybody's looking at us. Like, even the party's going on, you're still getting tons of attention, but it's some people pulling you aside and just talking to you, and you're going around and you're thanking everybody for coming and you're doing
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm.
But it's in small, you get it, and then you move on. Where
Yeah.
like for the other shit, you're just standing in front of everybody for so long, and it's like whatever, right? So I don't know how these other guys did it the next day, where it was like, dude, forever these
Yeah,
speeches.
yeah, yeah. So like the engagement party was kind of, overall it was like a lot of fun. It was great. I was very happy to like see how everything went well in the way that my sister wanted. But just overall, like, I kind of get embarrassed very easily, and
Hmm.
not just and I think I get embarrassed on behalf of other people. Maybe,
Yeah, I'm gonna say
you
that's why
know,
I
I
don't like. I really don't like watching comics bomb. Some comics will be like, I love it. I hate it because I feel like uncomfortable for others.
yeah.
It's so cringe to me.
So for this one it's like, so obviously my sister, when she was walking in, like walking with my dad, and for a second I was like, is this the wedding? Like this is just the engagement party. But it was like, it's not that it was a lot of people. There's only like 17 people, but it was like still very, it was like she was walking in and he was
Yeah,
standing on the other side. It's just like, this is just the engagement party, like not the wedding. And
yeah.
obviously like music, I don't know what kind of, like, chick music, whatever it is. And I'm just even standing there, I'm like,
Oh, it was like
im-
soft music and stuff too.
yeah, very soft music. And it just immediately I'm like, oh my god, this is so uncomfortable. I immediately
Yeah,
feel like
brutal.
this is cheesy, this is just over
Yeah,
the top. I I just I couldn't stomach it. And
yeah.
it kept going, and then obviously she hired a photographer, and that fucking photographer did, like, dude, I did not realize how long pictures
For an
take.
engagement party?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we did have to do pictures and stuff too. That does take like, yeah, a minute for
Dude, that
sure.
took a long time, and I was getting
Yeah.
hungry. My dad was getting hungry, but the thing is about my dad, like, he can, like, he like was like he's the only one that can say that we're hungry, but it comes across as funny, but also like, but seriously, we're
But
hungry.
also seriously, like let's eat.
Yeah, so every
Yeah,
time it's like, oh, come on, we gotta eat, and then like, and then everyone was like, oh, dad, you're silly.
that's so funny.
So, but there's like 17 people there, so, which is not a lot, but when it comes to taking pictures, that's like 17
That's
different
fun. It's brutal.
combinations of
It's
women.
brutal.
Of
Yeah.
pictures. Yeah. Oh, now the boys, now the girls, now the girls and the boys from that are left-handed, and then the fucking one with it's like
Oh
just
yeah.
there's a million combinations of pictures, and that took forever.
Oh yeah.
And also the cheesiness of the photographer be like, stick your foot out this way, put your hand this way, look this way, and then just like lift your chin up, and it's like, I don't, that's not how I am, like, I'm not.
Yeah.
And it
Brutal.
just, the whole
Brutal.
thing was just so uncomfortable the whole time. I was
That was
so
that was the good thing about ours too, is that like we hired Pat and Laverne. So we knew them. So they're like, yeah, we'll do this,
did
we'll
you
do
get your
this.
pictures yet?
Yeah, I get they were late from Pat, on time from Laverne, but it did
Of
take a
course.
while. And it's pretty quick. We did like one funny thing where all the groomsmen held Katie up. So then for mine, I think fucking Pat was like, it'd be funny if they were holding you.
I think they can.
And I'm like, okay, we'll see. They dropped me like 3 times before we got the picture. But we got it and it was done. It was like, okay, cool. That's like a funny
The
idea.
obviously the guys were like with one finger each, just.
Yeah, like no problem. And then I'm there like spilling over.
And you probably weighed the same as Katie back then.
Yeah, I was pretty light back then.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
No, I just get like so easily embarrassed, and I don't know, like, if I ever get married, I don't know how I would do it. Like, I would just, I don't know.
If your family, like, if you feel like your family would like have some kind of pressure, would be super traditional too, then you're kind of fucked. Where
Well,
Kate and I were just kind of like we're doing it our way, and that's how we're doing it.
well, I would probably end up doing like two weddings.
You'd have to have one with like yeah, without your family to make it like breezy.
Yeah, because I want to have a fun one. I want to have like a really small, fun one instead of yeah, I want to have like a traditional one, the one that make them happy. But then
Right.
like I want to have like a fun one for myself, to be honest. The one that I
Yeah.
just kind of kick back and just really enjoy.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah,
That's like a good way to do it.
I
We
agree.
thought
Look
about,
at us.
honestly, we thought about doing it that way for a bit too. Like just having a family thing and
Mhm.
then having one with just our friends. But we kind of got that anyways.
That's good. Well, that's good.
Oh, it all worked out. Because some of our, like a lot of our family, like, had left because they didn't want to stay and party. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. So
it
there was
worked.
no point of them. So there was no point of like actually doing two parties. So there's
Yeah.
no need. Yeah, you
No,
just
I
you
didn't
got
have that pressure.
yeah.
Look at that.
I love like we're both talking about weddings like we're like two little teenage girls that are just getting their period for the first time.
Well, I've had a wedding, and let me
Yeah,
tell you, it's fine. It was like
you were not
you're
embarrassed.
over it. You do it, and then you're over it. Honestly, Katie even said she's like, we didn't need to get married. We could have just been together. Like looking at it after, she's like, what was it? It was a day. The government's involved now. Like, who cares? I'm like, yeah, but you wanted it at the time, so we did it.
Exactly. Don't tell me that after we spend the money. Come on now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now we did it. It's fine. You know what I mean?
Too
But looking
much.
back, she's like, nah, it wasn't a big deal. And if
Yeah,
we,
but back then it was a big deal. Yeah.
but I think that now she gets it, and like if we had a son or a daughter, she wouldn't put that pressure on them now that she sees it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's cool at least.
Well, that's
Look at
good.
that. With Doug's move, look, I got this message.
Oh boy, here we go.
I won't say her name. So and so's stuff is sort of everywhere, so it ruined my plan of having everything ready at the top of the stairs.
Say it again.
That girl that moved in.
Yeah.
Her stuff is everywhere, so it ruined Doug's plan of having everything ready at the top of the stairs for us. But it won't add much time. I was able to get away from work early, so I'm just vegging out right now. Let me know when you're here, and we'll start rocking and rolling. I'm
So
gonna see her. I bet I'm gonna see her.
you most likely will
Ugh.
because of the handicap. She ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah, that's right too. Yeah, where would she be?
Nowhere.
That's
And I
brutal.
still have to return the keys.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna see her for sure. She messages you though sometimes, doesn't she? You're
Very
you're in no contact with her. Didn't
no
she
no
message
no.
you about
Once in
the
a while,
apartment?
like here and there.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I
not.
meant. I just meant like as far as the apartment, you were the one who had to be in contact with her.
Yep. Yep.
Sounds
And
terrible.
I'm so shocked that she hasn't messaged me about anything since she got here. I'm like so shocked. But I told you that they like I'm sure I think we mentioned it at some point. I mean, she said like her dad asked me to keep cutting the lawn until mid September.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I said I can't because I'm moving out beginning of August. And he said yeah, but can you still cut it? I'm like no because I'm moving out beginning of August. And then we did that like three times, and
Wow.
then like he finally got her. He's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna ask neighbors. I'm like, that sounds like a good
That
idea.
sounds like a way better idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do it because I'm not paying rent, so
I'm
it's
not
not it's not my
living with
responsibility.
you. You're not my problem.
You're not my
I now,
father. You're
you
not my
and Doug
dad.
have to both move to a place that's gonna cost you much more.
And I'm gonna have to make time to come and cut your lawn.
No,
I'm good, thank you.
I think I'm good. Yeah.
I don't like. I think both both the parent and the child use the same tactics. They both think they're hot. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he's hot.
He's smoking.
He's smoking hot.
He's literally smoking to the point he can't breathe anymore. It's awful. He's a nice guy.
So listen
It,
to this too, fatty.
oh boy, here we go.
Yesterday, I get on the Poacher's Arm open mic in London
The Poacher's Arm.
at the Poacher's Arms
Hmm.
in downtown London for their Monday open mic. Drive all the way down there. I'm in London. I get a text from Doug. I'm at a gas station filling up. And he goes, "Hey, that mic got canceled. I just saw a post about it." I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" He goes,
And
"Yeah,
you're in London.
I'm in London." I check Facebook. I see the post. It's from Aaron Stevens. And it just says, "Yeah, so I just came into Poachers. I guess they had a grease trap explode in the kitchen. The whole place smells like death."
Ew!
He goes, "The whole place smells like death. They're literally closing the bar in like 20 minutes. Sorry, guys, I just found out." So it's not his fault. It's nobody's fault. But I'm like, well, fuck me, man. I drive all the way back. Now I'm mad. So I pamper myself. I buy the new Zelda game for Switch. Skyward
Yeah!
Sword. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
We,
you know what? Comedy's canceled. I'm gonna go and take it out on my wallet. That's what I'm gonna
that's
do.
right. I'm going to hurt my bank account like a fucking man. I'm going to fuck myself further. I already spent money on gas. I didn't even get anything out of it. Now I'll drop some money on a video game because I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh god.
But yeah, I did that to like calm down. I literally like I stopped at a rest stop in Woodstock, got food. I'm like, fuck me,
Just
don't even know.
really
I
lived
drove
it
like
up, huh?
3 hours straight. So yeah, so after I got kids, I'm like, well, no, I'm being trash. I'm gonna eat fast food and I'm gonna buy myself a video game, and
I
that's what.
wonder how you'd react if like a festival got canceled. You'd be like, all right,
Oh,
I guess
dude,
I'm gonna buy a house now. That's
I
what
guess I'm buying a motorcycle. That's what I'm doing. I'm buying a jet ski and I'm fucking
You
and Taco
silly
Bell.
goose.
That's
You're
what I
such
do.
a silly banana.
Yeah, I'm a silly goose.
You just took it out. Wait, you showed them, You showed them, Jason.
I'm not mad at anyone. There's nobody to be mad at. Like these things happen. I've worked in
I
kitchens
know.
before. Fucked up shit happens sometimes.
Oh my god, dude.
Um,
Grease trap. That is so
but it's just
vile, man.
but yeah,
Oh,
that's brutal, man. That's
that's
brutal.
so gross. I love like oh that's so funny, dude, that you like just like you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna I'm gonna feel good today. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's pretty much what it was.
I'm gonna
Look, here's
feel
the
good.
thing. I knew that the game was out. I was gonna buy it in the next few days, anyways. But then when I had nothing else to do, I'm like, well, I'm gonna buy it and play it tonight
The
because
best time to do it.
I was gonna be at an open mic, and I'm not gonna be at an open mic anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny, dude. That's so
But yeah,
funny, man.
so I went and played Zelda and didn't get to work on jokes.
Career. Well, you know what, man? It's all about really enjoying yourself. That's really what it is. You know,
Yeah,
when life gives you lemons, you make them lemonades.
lemonade.
Hell yeah.
Store it in your food section in Zelda.
It's a thing you can do.
And then over the weekend, though, I was lucky because over the weekend, I reached out to Sandy McFarlane and was like, dude, can I have guest spots on Saturday? And he's like, yeah, come on down, fatty.
Hell yeah.
I got to
And
do spots.
he has
Both
no right to call you
Saturdays.
fatty, to be honest, because he's a rotund boy himself.
It's gotten quite big over the
Yeah.
pandemic. He's even said, he's like, oh, you and Doug are making me feel bad. I'm like, buddy.
Anybody can make you feel bad.
Yeah, a lot of people are making you feel
The
bad.
woman that won the gold in the 86 plus kilogram weightlifting can make you feel bad.
But yeah, did that. And then I was there with Dylan Gott, Alex Wood.
Pretty good lineup.
It was a good lineup.
It's a
It was
good
a good
lineup.
lineup for sure. Um, then a local comic was doing a spot, like 10-minute spots. And the only reason I even talk about this is because it's
Oh
like,
boy.
it's got to be a warning to guys. You got to be fucking cool, man. Because
Mhm.
Alex was headlining. And and Dave Burke was on the show too. It was like Morgan O'Shea, Dave Burke, yeah, Dylan Gott, and Alex Wood. And Alex is headlining, of course, and There's this local guest spot, and then Alex at the end of the set comes back into the room, and he's like a little pissed off, a little pissed, and we're like, "What's going on, buddy?" And he's like, "The fucking opener, that fucking local guy, is talking to his friends in the front. Last 2 minutes of my set, I'm like, hey, what are you doing?" Like over the mic, and the guy goes, "Waiting for you to finish so we can do the second show." Like says that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So the local guy that was on the show
Yeah, yeah.
talks to his friends that are sitting in the front while the headliner's on.
Well, the headliner's on. Yeah.
And then when the headliner confronts the local comic, the
Yeah.
local comic is the one that says we're waiting for the second show to start.
I'm waiting. He goes, "What are you doing, man?" He goes, "I'm waiting for you to finish so we can start the second show."
Okay.
Which is also not what was happening at all. Alex is sticking to his time. Everything was normal. They still had to turn over the room. It's not like he was going long and he's like, "What the fuck?" The second show is being pushed back.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. And even then, that would not be the way to deal with it.
Well, I mean, I think you're kind of like, you need to address the beginning. This shouldn't be happening to begin with.
Period.
Like,
Yeah. This shouldn't be
first of
happening at
all,
all.
if you're a comic and you're sitting in the front seats, I mean, like, kill yourself. First of all, like,
Well, I don't think he was sitting in the front the whole time because he would join us in the back.
so he would like
Sometimes
mosey around. He would just walk, just
came up.
mosey around.
That's pretty much what had happened. He had came up and started talking to his friends too, because it wasn't like he was talking.
So he just keeps he's Johnny he's Johnny Jonesing around, like he's just
Yeah,
traveling. He's just
he was traveling, and
goes.
the shows
I
were
hate this guy.
inside. The shows were inside because there was like a bunch of like rain warnings, and then it didn't end up raining, but there was enough warnings that it got moved inside.
Of course.
Which was fine. The shows were great. I had a blast on both sets.
No, the shows are usually great at Sandy's place. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I just think that it's like such a bad move. And the other thing is, though, the problem is with this guy, because I know this guy. I'm not going to say his name on here.
Say his name.
But the problem is he doesn't go anywhere. He's very much the local comic. He's never going outside of Kitchener Waterloo. So even if Alex was like, fuck this guy forever, which is definitely how he
Tom O'Donnell?
It was not Tom O'Donnell. No, Tom wouldn't do that.
I know, I'm joking.
But even if Alex was absolutely like, yo, fuck this guy forever, I'm going to fuck this guy, make sure he doesn't get booked on anything in Toronto, it wouldn't matter because the guy doesn't go anywhere.
No, he doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't, the only thing that will hurt him is if showrunners in the KW area are like, oh, you want to act like an idiot? We won't give you spots on these shows anymore.
Well, what did Sandy say?
I don't think that Sandy heard the part about this guy snapping back at Alex. Alex just kind of said, yeah, this guy's like talking to his friends at the front when I'm trying to finish up my set and wrap stuff up. But he had kind of elaborated more before with us while Sandy wasn't in the room.
Should have told Sandy everything.
But he should have just told Sandy everything.
Yeah,
and then
he should have fucking told Sandy everything. Yeah.
He wants. Yeah, yeah.
Fuck that guy.
I agree. I
He's a
couldn't
rude
agree
bitch.
more. Oh yeah, no, dude, it's brutal. That's exactly what I would have done. I just would have told Sandy everything, top to bottom, and been like, "You deal with him." Because if I talk to him,
yeah, I'm
gonna snap.
I'm gonna punch his face. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna lose it if I talk to him. So I'll leave this with you. It's your show that he was hurting. I'm gonna get other sets, but if that's how he behaves at your shows, you should deal with him.
And then Sandy probably just went and ate something.
Huh?
And then Sandy probably went and ate something delicious.
Oh, for sure. You know, we all know that.
He has to eat his feelings.
Well, the other problem is with that show, Sandy's got a great show at the Crazy Canuck, and their fucking food is so good.
Yeah, and so you're saying that he could have
And
a
they
heart
hook
attack
them up.
anytime?
They hook them up. Dude, I went there and did a guest spot, and the one guy, the one really nice guy who works there, was like, "Hey, take
What's
advantage of
the
the
nice guy? That's the owner, Jason.
yeah, yeah, yeah." He's one of the owners, I think.
Yeah,
One of them. But yeah, he's so nice.
he's so nice.
One of the owners. And he said to me, like, I'm doing 5 minutes on both shows. And he goes, take advantage of the free food tonight. I go, you don't have to do that. He goes, no, no, no. It's like, you're always here and you're great. He's like, just take the food. I'm like, dude, you're amazing. I got a pizza.
Was it good?
Oh, fuck, it was amazing.
The food there
Dude,
is great.
the
So I'm just worried
food
that Sandy's gonna have a heart attack, and then somebody else is that
I
local
couldn't kill
comic.
Sandy. But the thing is, like, yeah, if I ran that show, I'd probably be looking like Sandy right now, too. Exactly. Classic Sandy.
He looks like a dog that just has the cone on him. He somewhere
We
like his
gotta, Doug
his.
and I are gonna get him into. We're gonna make him come to Hamilton. We're gonna whip him into shape.
Oh my God! No, please, enough of that. Enough
Dude,
of
I went
that.
to the gym the other day with Black Zeus. We went together. He's back in Hamilton now, and then we weighed ourselves after on the scale. He weighs like 140 pounds. I'm like, how are you alive?
Yuck! Like a wet napkin.
He's like, yo, I lost like 40 pounds. I'm like, what? He's like, dude, I was 180. I'm like,
No, you
what
weren't.
happened?
No, you weren't.
You don't think so? He said he
No,
like pulled out for a bit.
no, no. 40 pounds of muscle? Are you crazy?
You don't think so?
The 40 pounds of muscle is like Olympic level. Like it's insane. 40 pounds of muscle. It's so difficult for somebody to do that. Unless he's been working out for like 7 years. I don't know.
Well, he doesn't have it anymore. He's down to 140.
Yeah, so he gained it and lost it all in 1 year.
I don't know. I don't know when he was big.
Well, you know what? I call baloney. I call Black Zuzzaloni on that one.
Black, Black Zeus Saloni. That's my
Yeah.
favorite kind of meat, honestly. You got any shows coming up?
All right, so let's do the plug-a-roo.
All right.
This weekend I'll be away in Vancouver.
Oh yeah. Did you get some spots?
Yes, I am. I did get some spots. I will be do. Although I don't know, I know where the show will be. I just don't know what time they'll be. But I'll be doing a Thursday show, and I'll be doing a late Friday Dirty Naughty show. Um, and they're
It's called
both
Dirty Naughty Show.
well, the material is dirty and naughty.
Oh, I
Uh,
see.
so they're going to be at the location. It's in downtown Vancouver, 117 West Pender Street, I guess. So that's what it's called. I don't know Vancouver, so that's what I. This is the
Good luck.
information I have. That's a
Just bar
Thursday.
shows.
Say it
Bar
again.
shows. Bar shows.
Yeah, it seems like this. Well, like shout out to Steve Jurdad. He was on the hook
Yeah.
me up. This lady named Susie. She runs a lot of shows.
Oh yeah, yeah. She does a lot there. Yeah.
Okay, so you know her.
I've heard the name for sure. And like, yeah, we're like, I don't know, we're Facebook friends, whatever. But she runs a lot of stuff out there.
So yeah, so she hooked me up with some spots. Very nice of her. Very sweet of her. Thank you so much, Susie. And yeah, I'm just gonna be doing some. I'm gonna be doing a show on Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Probably just gonna enjoy myself, obviously,
Sure.
and then when I come back Friday the 13th, I will be doing Mark Kozak's backyard show. We'll probably post more about that on our social media, and
Right.
then August 27th, our first non-stand-up comedy plug. August 27th is when the Nasty Frames Film Festival occurs. It will be in person at the previously called the Staircase Theater.
Nice.
So my short film that I made with Michael Moses, Joe Botello, Val Cole, Ashley Sloggett, Joanna Groshek, and Mila Ocampo, Tyler Shazma, Kenzie Mack, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody else. So we made a short film last year. It was a horror thriller short film, and it got accepted into a film festival, and they will be showing it at the Staircase Theater. Tickets are on sale. Nasty Frames Film Festival, August 27th, starts at 8 p.m. And August 30th, I'll be headlining the Mosaic. That's it.
Nice, nice.
What do you
Good.
got, big boy?
I am in Newmarket this Friday, August the 6th, and then Mount Bridges with Jeff Leeson on August the 7th. Oh, fuck. The following weekend, August 13th, I'm at the Rope Factory with Doug Koning and Brantford. August 14th, I'm with Eric Johnston somewhere. And then August 15th, Doug and I got a book for a backyard show in London. We're taking this thing on the road. Comedy Boys with a Z. Trying to look cool for the kids, also with a Z.
Hell yeah.
Come check us out.
Hell yeah. Hopefully there's no Z's in the crowd, am I right?
I don't get it.
Huh?
I don't get it. I've been out of comedy too
Z's
long.
like sleeping.
Oh, I don't listen to hip hop.
No, Z's like sleeping. Z's, don't make it sound like it's like, you know what I'm talking about. Don't try to like, just because of, like, goddamn it, give my joke some respect.
We don't all get your urban comedy, okay?
Let me ask you something. Do you
Let me ask you something. That's great. That's great. All right. Very good. Yeah, so those are some shows. I'll let you know about more in the weeks to come. So I remember where I'm going and what I'm doing. And
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, then I won't be seeing you this weekend, but I'll hopefully see you very soon, my friend, my dear lovely friend. Maybe I'll see you tonight, maybe later on, but we'll see. So
yeah.
And good luck with the moving.
Thanks, buddy.
And have fun.
We'll be fine.
And make sure you guys follow us on all social medias, and follow me and Jason in the podcast. Smash this like button and the subscribe button and all the buttons and your mom's button.
Smash those buttons.
Smash those ones. All right. Bye.
Bye.